Rajdeep, we've talked about who has the edge. We are one day away from the exit poll, and I take your point. What is the point, finally, of all these discussions when in just a few days from now, nobody needs to discuss anything anymore? Exit polls will happen, then the numbers will come. But before this crucial final phase, momentum kiske paase?
Thanks very much, Shiv. Look, if this was to give a cricket analogy, because we are also in cricket season, if this was a 7-test series, given that there were 7 phases, in a 7-test series, you would have odd moments of contest, of competition, of one side maybe hitting a spectacular 4 or a 6. But you get a sense when you look at the two sides, one side was so overwhelmingly dominant in terms of organization, resources, leadership, dare I say institutional and media power, that there was only going to be one winner. I said it at the start, I think, of your democratic newsroom a couple of months ago, that I believe that the BJP was in pole position. And frankly, Shiv, nothing has happened in these 2 months to make me change my mind. I believe that Narendra Modi is poised to become the first Prime Minister since Jawaharlal Nehru to have 3 consecutive election victories.
You don't think that the India alliance, did get some, domination in terms of traction? There were some, moments when it seemed like it got its mojo back?
Absolutely. As I said, in a 7-test series, when you're going over 2 months, there will be moments when the other side also is able to score the odd boundary of 6. I saw some interesting figures about social media. The Congress's social media site has actually got more traction at times than the BJP's. Speeches made by Rahul Gandhi have actually got more have gone more viral at times than those of Prime Minister Modi. Now, you wouldn't have expected that in 2014 and 19. So obviously, there have been some changes. I think the opposition in some parts of the country has certainly given a fight. There are still states where, you hear conflicting opinion. Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Karnataka among them. But overall, I think the two sides were mismatched. I just think that the BJP is so overwhelmingly strong at the moment. Organization, resources, leadership. I mention again institutional and media power. It is a no contest. It is not easy. The opposition at times fights with one hand tied behind their back.
Before the final phase, Rahul, momentum, no contest. Do you agree with that?
See,
Rajdeep says after seeing everything, he hasn't changed his mind. He still believes.
There's always a contest. You speak to any of the top participants in this election, nobody will say it's a no contest. After the first phase of polling got over, there were many at the highest levels in the BJP who were very concerned about voter apathy, about the dip in voter turnout. There are lots of strategy meetings to try and determine what happened. And 2 things seem to have been at play, Shiv. One, if you see where voting percentages have gone up, it's largely in areas where battles have been more keenly contested. Karnataka, Maharashtra, Telangana, Odisha. These are areas that are seeing an increase in voting percentages, where voters seem to have thought that we already know the outcome. There the opposition voter wasn't motivated to go out and vote, so he, in a large number, stayed back. And those who wanted to support the BJP thought, Arey, to jeeti rahe, they didn't have the same level of motivation to go out and vote. Nobody ever should think an election is a no contest, right? I mean, there are leaders who've been calling, who are sitting on 70-71% vote share at the starting point as the base, and they're saying, are we winning? What do you think is happening? What's your poll saying? Because everyone is anxious. Election, it's like a cricket match. In the end, it may seem one-sided, like the IPL finals.
But the contest is on until it's over.
It is a massive contest. Those who are working hard. Look at how hard the Prime Minister has worked. 80 interviews, 206 rallies and roadshows. The guy has given it all he has in a bid to ensure that he wins with the biggest majority possible.
Preeti, what do you think? Momentum, kiske paas hai?
I don't think much has changed, Shiv, of what we were discussing in the third phase, where I said, yes, you do see disenchantment, but you don't see that kind of anger. But momentum, kiske paas hai? I just want to focus on the states that I've been to, and you're going into the 7th phase. 13 seats, and I'm coming in from East Uttar Pradesh. I'm coming in from, an area where in 2019 of the 13, 11 were won by the Bharatiya Janata Party. But with what I've seen now on those 13 seats, I would come back and say, ab to momentum lag raha hai, Gadbandhan ke paas hai. Why am I saying it? Is because on these 13 seats where I have come from, I actually feel that the Gadbandhan this time has an edge. I'm not talking about the overall figures. I'm just talking about these 13 seats which are up for election tomorrow. But flip it, because I've also seen the state of West Bengal. 9 seats are going to polls tomorrow in West Bengal. The sixth phase, I thought, went terribly for the TMC. They were hoping to come back in, and I think the BJP's done quite well in West Bengal. So you flip it there. So it's, doing badly in West Bengal, but in places like East Uttar Pradesh, where you thought of 11, they would have at least looked at getting 10. I would think, the BJP would be lucky even if they get 8 or 7.
But can I explain, Preeti, why that happens? See, last time in Uttar Pradesh, the Samajwadi Party and the Bahujan Samaj Party fought together. This time the SP and the Congress are fighting together. So the SP starts with a much smaller base. So the Samajwadi Party's base in 19 was 18%, right? The Congress had 6. You add 18 and 6, that's 24. You're up against 50% for the BJP. So it's possible that what Preeti saw is actually what happened, that the Mahagathbandhan's base is actually going up. But last time they had 37, so 18 plus 19, right? So that's where they stood in the last elections. 37 versus 26 at the starting point. So even if you go up from 26, you're chasing 50. Remember, that is the empirical ask. So all these journalists who traveled, who came back and said, okay, it seems that there is some discontentment. It seems that the BJP's fortunes may dip a bit. All that may be true. But remember, in Maharashtra, in Uttar Pradesh, for example, 50% is the BJP starting point. And these people are 18 plus 6, 24. Last time they were 36. So,
but Rahul, it changes. If you're going from phase to phase and you're going from region to region in Uttar Pradesh, the dynamics are changing on ground. Let me add something more to what you're saying. The local parties, the likes of Rajbar, who were with the Samajwadi Party the last time around, is not the case this time. So I would think that I should be seeing something which is in favor of the BJP right now, because the smaller parties are aligning with the NDA and the BJP. What I see is different, and I'll tell you where all I've been to. So you're going to areas where the OBCs, usually you'd see them as a traditional BJP voter, the Kurmis. I'm going to a lot of bastis of the Kurmis. I went to a lot of, the Parsis, the Dalit vote, which usually would go to the BJP, which went to the BJP in 2019. I see that pull away. So, but these are only these 13 seats.
This is, the beauty of Democratic Newsroom when you have editors who've actually gone out into the field is we get down into the nuts and bolts. The question is about momentum, game changer, khatakat, meditation, etc. But you've seen what this discussion actually looks like.